What's good, Guardians? It's BBK Dragoon here with PlanetDestiny, showing off our PvE Reforged guide. With House of Wolves, there's plenty of perks, and we outline our favorites for each weapon class in this video. For more in-depth analysis and more information on the perks themselves, check out the full article on PlanetDestiny.com. Let's get started. So let's begin by talking about auto rifles. In the first slot, we're looking for crowd control, battle runner, or focused fire. For our second three, extended mag, high caliber or armor piercing rounds, flared magwell, rifled barrel, and small bore. For our third slot, we're looking for counterbalance, outlaw, army of one, or rangefinder. Crowd control is great on low damage auto rifles, focus fire is helpful for those bullet hose high rate of fire autos, and army of one represents a standout perk if you're a solo player. But overall, auto rifles are still outclassed by almost every other gun type in the game for your primary slots. And while you can cover up their weaknesses with a good roll and, if a good combination here, in general, auto rifles are still pretty weak in contrast with the other primary weapon classes. So up next, we have scout rifles. For our first slot, we're looking for full auto or rodeo. Our second three, high caliber, armor piercing, or explosive rounds. Lightweight, casket mag, or hand-laid stock. And finally, for the third slot, we're looking for outlaw, firefly, army of one, or crowd control. The real standout here is the combination we haven't seen before in the scout, which is full auto and firefly, which can be devastating if used right. Of course, you always have outlaw and rodeo to think about. In general, scouts are in a really good place right now, and it's hard to go wrong with any combination of the perks listed here. Up next is pulse rifles, and in the first slot we're looking for outlaw, feeding frenzy, and maybe rodeo. For the second three, high caliber or armor piercing rounds, single point sling, small bore, appended magazine, or casket magazine. And for our third slot, secret round, head seeker, army of one, rangefinder, or counterbalance. Pulse rifles usually have smaller magazines and have pretty fast fire rates. The easy way to counter this is with outlaw or feeding frenzy. Rodeo can offset the muzzle climb, making it easier to keep your shots on target. We don't recommend rodeo with small bore and counterbalance. That is, unless you're going for a max stability build. Overall, pulse rifles are pretty good. They're middle of the road, and they do struggle with that high rate of fire and low magazine count. So you notice the perks here focus on higher DPS or ammo conservation and efficiency. You'll have to look at the base stats of your pulse rifle that you're re-rolling and make the best choice that you can. Up next, we have hand cannons. In our first slot, we're looking for Zen Moment, Icarus, Triple Tap, or Hot Swap. For our second three, flared magwell, high caliber or explosive rounds, extended mag, rifled barrel, or reinforced barrel. In the third slot, we're looking for army of one, outlaw, or spray and play. The first set of perks is kind of disappointing with no damage increasers or reload perks, but for the second three, flared magwell is a must. If you have a hand cannon under 10 shots, the extended magazine is almost a must-have, unless you're really comfortable with the reload speed of that hand cannon. Outlaw and spray and play can eliminate a lot of issues with reload speed, especially if you opted for that flared magwell. Hand cannons are still really good in PvE and one of the best classes if you get the right rolls on the weapon. Unfortunately, you can't get crowd control on hand cannons for House of Wolves, which is a disappointment, and you may actually want to be using an alternative from the Dark Below or Vanilla Destiny. Remember, Fatebringer still rocks. Up next are these sniper rifles, and in the first slot we're looking for spray and play, hidden hand, clown cartridge, outlaw, or triple tap. For our second three, snapshot, flared magwell, high caliber or armor piercing rounds, hand-laid stock, casket mag, and injection mold. For the third slot, we're looking at the perks Grenadier and Surplus. Spray and play is nice for the low magazine snipers. High caliber rounds can guarantee a headshot stagger on lower impact variants of sniper rifles. And of course, you can get that wallbang experience with armor piercing rounds. Third slot perks are pretty bad for PvE and snipers in general. Firefly and Feeding Frenzy are gone, And additionally, the snipers in House of Wolves for the re-rolling are very average. You know, you're better off going with the Dark Below or vanilla sniper that you like, rather than trying to get a perfect reforge on a sniper rifle that will just make it a little bit above average. Still not what previous gen snipers have brought us before. Up next, we have shotguns, which are pretty good. First slot, shot package, crowd control, rangefinder, or full auto. For our second three, flared magwell, lightweight, reinforced, or rifled barrel. Third slot, battle runner, cascade, army of one, and final round. Shot package and rangefinder are the best perks if you want to get the most bang for your buck in terms of exaggerated distances. In addition, flared magwell lets you chamber rounds quicker, and with some shotguns, you actually really need this. There's some pretty slow reload shotguns in this pool. Additionally, in the third slot, Battle Runner is so fun in Prison of Elders. This is kamikaze, hit and run style. You kill an enemy, you get this boost of speed. It can be a really good time. In general, shotguns in House of Wolves can be pretty good as long as you get a respectable rate of fire and impact. There can be some pretty slow rate of fire and slow reload shotguns in this pool, but overall a pretty good set of perks in this pool for House of Wolves shotguns, and you can make some good combinations here. Fusion rifles come in next. In the first slot, we're looking for hip fire, spray and play, or feeding frenzy. Our second three, enhanced battery, accelerated coils, injection mold, or reinforced barrel. For the third slot, army of one, rangefinder, or hot swap. Feeding frenzy stands above the rest for increasing the reload speed. Accelerated coils brings down the time for the fully charged shots, and then hot swap could be used in combination with hip fire for a really nasty aggressive style build. Overall, fusion rifles are kind of second place to shotguns right now, but with the perks in the House of Wolves set for rerolls, there's some good options here and maybe a few hidden awesome fusion rifles that you could reroll. Up next are rocket launchers. In the first slot, we are looking for spray and play or tripod. For our second three, flared magwell, heavy payload, javelin, or quick draw. For the third slot, we're looking at cluster bomb, grenades and horseshoes, or tracking. Tripod is great and tracking is great. Having 3 rockets ready to go before a reload is very nice, and tracking can be useful for a lot of PoE bosses that move around. But there's no field scout or casket mag or appended magazine, making rocket launchers, again, fairly average. You're probably better off ascending your main rocket launcher from vanilla or dark below. Granted, how do you kill time? You dance while you're waiting for heavy ammo right there. They're not horrible, and you can get some good rocket combinations, but then again, you're probably better off ascending a go-to dark below or vanilla rocket launcher that you like. And finally, machine guns. In the first slot, we're looking for counterbalance, spray and play, or surplus. Second slot, armor-piercing rounds, snapshot, casket mag, or injection mold. Third slot, crowd control, army of one, rangefinder, or feeding frenzy. For the high rate of fire machine guns, counterbalance and casket mag go together so well. Counterbalance gives you that stability, and then casket mag gives you the reserve ammunition that you're going to end up needing. Thankfully, in the third slot, you get some pretty nice customization options. In general, there are some really good machine guns, especially if you can get elemental modifiers on them within House of Wolves, and some good combinations here. So that's going to do it for our PvE reforging guide. This is just the basics that I covered here. Please check out the full article to learn more about the perks, combinations, and more in-depth analysis of reforging in House of Wolves. Thanks for watching, everybody. I am BBK Dragoon, and we'll see you next time, Guardians.